Greetings. This is a wrap-up video for our semester. You're in the final week, and I know you're happy about that. You may be tired. You may be too tired to really enjoy the fact that it's your final week of classes and you have stuff due, so you're not ready to rejoice yet. But anyway, you're in the short rows, as we would say. And so I'm grateful for that. I want to thank you for a great semester. I want to thank you for the ways that you've engaged with one another and with the authors, and learned from, you've helped each other learn this semester, and you've tried to grow and expand. You've tried to become even better equipped to partner with the Holy Spirit wherever the Holy Spirit might choose to use you. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate the way you've dug deep, and it's been a great semester together and a lot of mutual learning. I want to remind you that your final exam case study is due this coming Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember that it's Friday and not Sunday, as most of our assignments have been due. And the reason for the Friday due date is because I have to turn them around so quickly in order to get grades turned in on time by my grade deadline. So just don't let that sneak up on you. You're kind of used to turning in things in this class on Sundays, but for this assignment, it's this coming Friday. So you just have a few days. You should see the final exam case study. It's a Word document. It should be posted on your course site. If it's not, send me an email at missionmandan@gmail.com. And if at all possible, please email your final exam case study to me at that email instead of posting it on the course site, in case I'm traveling internationally when it's time, time for you to turn them in. It's just a lot easier for me to get to that email sometimes when I travel internationally than it is to get to my Asbury website, especially if I'm in Venezuela, because my email is connected to my Venezuelan cell phone, whereas the Asbury website is not directly connected to my Venezuelan cell phone. I hope the course has been helpful for you in at least two particular ways. I hope it's helped you to see outside your normal box or paradigms for, how God might be about God's business in the world. That's one of the objectives of the course, and I hope that that's been possible for you. I hope that some of the readings have helped you see that there are other ways that God is at work than the ways that you have experienced in your own life, and I hope that your congregational research also opened your eyes to that a little bit. I also want to encourage you to be in a continual process of discernment about your call related to where God would want you to partner with God in whatever God's up to around the world. I can speak from personal experience that our calls can change at different stations in our lives. I was very comfortable serving in a local church. I was at a great church. Mount Pisgah was a great church. I assume still is. I don't keep up with it anymore though, but it was a great church. And I had been there 13 years and had really finally found my niche as the mission pastor, and was feeling so comfortable there. Nancy and I had so many great friends there. We were growing in the Lord. Just a wonderful place. And then God changed all of that and called us to a completely new work, to leave the local church ministry, start living on support, become full-time missionaries, serving primarily in Venezuela and Costa Rica. I was 51 years old when, when this took place. So all this to say, wherever you are currently in your ministry journey, just continually be open to God wanting to do something different. I'm not saying that God will. I'm not saying that God's going to call you specifically to pull up any local roots and do something internationally, but God may. And I just want to encourage you to be open to that. It's become obvious in our readings, become obvious to me in my experience, that God is a global God. And God may have something different for you to do locally, regionally, nationally, or internationally. Or God may have a different ministry for you to do. My primary ministry in local churches was administration, evangelism, and associate pastor type stuff. And my primary ministry now is teaching and serving as an academic dean at a seminary in Venezuela. So God can change both the location of the ministry God calls us to, as well as the nature of that ministry. So just encourage you to be open to a continual process of discernment as you continue in your lives. I also want to encourage you to fill out your student evaluations. I don't know how you receive those since I'm not a student. I think you get an email from someone, or maybe you're supposed to go to some spot on the course site or on a TK20 site or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that you will receive something that triggers the fact that you can click a link or something and go to do your evaluations of this course. I do take your evaluations seriously. I try to improve the course whenever I can. I'm hoping the course is good as it is. I hope that we made some improvements through the year so that it's really good now, but it can be better. And so if you have any ways to improve it, let me know. If there are certain things you want to be sure that, to say to me, don't lose those things, keep those things, those are really good, then let me know those things as well, so they won't kind of get lost in the shuffle, okay? Also, just a personal word, if you ever want to talk with me about ministry, possible ministry, related to Venezuela or Costa Rica, have a contact in Ecuador. If you ever want to talk with me about that or just explore what I'm doing, for example, you could actually help with the seminary in Venezuela without ever going to Venezuela. You can use pre-recorded videos to teach a Saturday class, and then on the Saturday of the class, the students would watch the videos and you would try to connect with them live via FaceTime or Skype or something like that. So if you ever have an interest in that, if one of your gifts is teaching and you feel a tug toward that, just give me a call. If you don't necessarily feel a tug toward teaching, but feel a tug toward, I think I'd like to explore trying to do something in Costa Rica, for example, feel free to let me know and we can have a conversation about that. Again, my email is missionmandan@gmail.com, and that will, be my probably forever email address. And I don't know that I'm going to be invited to teach with Asbury again. I assume I am, but that's not a known. So it may be that my Asbury address is not always active. So use the missionmandan@gmail.com address if you want to touch base with me about any kind of a ministry possibility in a Spanish-speaking country. Well, thanks. That's all for now. Hope you have a great week as you wrap up. Do try to do some posting this week. I know it's a short week, but you don't have much reading, so just try to do some posting this week as we finish up together. May God bless you as you continue to partner with the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit's work around the world.